If you could do it all over again, would you do anything differently?
I would say it took me until honestly this point in life to really, step out on faith and want to like open a salon or open a cookie business. Those are a part of my 5-year plan. But I would say, believing in myself a little bit more. Although, business has been great over these last few years, I really sometimes, how sometimes you can just get complacent and things are good enough, but really challenging myself to like next level my businesses. So I would say if I could do them all over again, I would probably, have this attitude 5 years ago.
Hello, it's Charli, your go-to for mastering the art of public speaking and career advancement. Welcome to Chat with Charli, where industry professionals share their invaluable insights and advice to help you excel within your desired industry. Get ready to dive deep into the minds of accomplished individuals as they unravel strategies, share personal experiences, and provide actionable tips that you won't get anywhere else. Whether you're looking to advance your career, start a new venture, or simply stay ahead in your industry, this is the place to be. Tune in and level up your expertise with Chat with Charli.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Chat with Charli. I'm excited. I know you're excited because I get to have a soror on this show today. So thank you so much for being here, Tinnell.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah, you look beautiful.
Thank you. So
Yeah. I'm getting like the very Barbie vibe. Yes, a very Barbie vibe.
Well, it's about to be Black History Month, so we're gonna say Black Barbie.
Black Barbie.
We got to put the black.
Yeah, when I
Barbie.
say Barbie, it's Black Barbie. I'm not talking about any other Barbie but that one. So I'm excited, and so I would love to be able to start us off with a public speaking game, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Because my background is public speaking.
I'm excited.
Which I hear yours is similar, because you have a communication background.
I haven't used it in a very, very long time. So
the game can't be too complicated.
Yeah, so just give me your easiest game, just in case it's something that I'm like, hey, can we cut and start over? So,
okay, well, since I follow you, I'm like really impressed with your content.
Thank you.
But I know there's always a story.
There is always
behind
a story.
Content. So can you look in your phone and find a really neat or awesome or photo that you just took? It doesn't matter. I don't care.
Okay.
And then tell us the real story behind it.
Okay. Oh, well, that's easy.
Okay.
You should have said pictures, girl. I got pictures.
Yeah, we got to take pictures together. I'm going to tell you a story about this girl on this podcast.
We're going to make it real easy. I'm not even going to have to go down too far.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see. Wait, hold on. I think I was fussing in that one. Let's see. Okay. This is a picture of, do I show it to you or what?
I want to see it too, and then we're going to show the camera. First
Okay.
of all, I love it.
Yeah.
If this is your daughter, I'm all about
No,
it. But yes,
right
let the camera see.
Okay.
Put it in. Here we go. Perfect.
Proud mom moment. Well, yes. We're all smiles in this picture.
That's what we see.
Right, that's what we see. But the story behind it was Riley turned 12 2 days ago.
Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Riley.
She decided to inform me that she's throwing herself a birthday party. So we do parties at, 5, 10, 13, 16, like party, the big party years. So this year was not a party year for Riley. I explained that to her. We were on the same page. So she always takes pictures. She asked for her birthday pictures. And I'm thinking like, oh, she just wanted to maybe put them on TikTok. This girl made a whole flyer that said Riley's 12th birthday. It had RSVP with my number on it. So it had a follow-up message telling people the date, the time, where they were going. Well, at this point when she sent the follow-up message, she had informed me about
She sent you the invitation.
Yeah,
too.
and I think I was only invited because somebody had to pay. So at this point, I don't know if she had her own money, if I even would have been invited. But so she planned her own birthday. So I literally had to last minute. Now, in her defense, I was going to do something with her and a couple of her girlfriends. So this year it's like, take, your couple of little besties and we'll do some little fun stuff. This was not full out party, dinner, none of that. So I was picking her up a gift at Buff City Soap, amazing place in Pearland. You guys should definitely go visit. And the manager was insanely amazing. She was like, oh, we do parties. So we just started chatting and I was like, okay, God. You might have
oh my God.
Listen, you might have escaped, Riley might have escaped a little whooping because of this. So we booked the party. We had a great time. Her friends had an amazing time. So we're all smiles there. But in the back of my mind, I'm like,
You're
girl,
stressing. You had to
9 girls showed up. 9.
How much time did you have to come up? Like, how many days did you have to come up with this party plan?
So 2.
2 days.
2 days. And so if you know me, you know I'm a party girl. So there wasn't a balloon inside. There wasn't there was not a cupcake. There was not a sign. There was nothing. So I was like, hey,
you did this.
You did this.
So be grateful for what you.
So, hey, I was just there as a guest. And
Mom of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know how many moms could pull off a birthday party in just 2 days.
Yeah. So between me and her dad and her stepmom, we were able to pull off a whole party. After we left Buck City Soap, we went to Hibachi. Her dad came and paid for Hibachi. And
you know, when you hear about like famous celebrities or people who are just really successful, and people ask, well, how long have you been doing this? And they'll say, like Beyonce, I've been singing since I was 2 years old. Or something like this. Riley can say that. When Riley's super successful, they're going to say, how long have you had leadership qualities? You know, right? Like when did you know that you wanted to be the boss? And she can say, well, really? Since I was 12 years. And she's going to tell the story a whole different way.
Right. In my mind, I was thinking of so many other things that she was. I was like a little baby con artist, a little scammer. But I posted on Instagram, and they're like, oh, she's a leader. She's a go-getter. And I'm like, okay, well, look, y'all are saving her again.
That's what I get. I'm #Riley. We're going to start something now. Now, anytime my daughter does something like a thing like that, I'm going to say, okay, #Riley.
Right.
Okay, slow it down. All right, because mommy's not like today. I don't know about 2 days of playing a whole party. You would have been at Taco Bell.
A whole party. That's what one girl wrote. She was like, my mom would have crushed my dream. She would have canceled that party. And I thought about it for a second, but honestly, I thought it was very cute. I thought it was like, you know, she knew we were going to do something. She just stretched the numbers. When her dad showed up to Hibachi, he was like, I thought it was 5 girls. How did we go from 5 to 9? Plus her brother, plus me. It was everybody was Team Riley. So she pulled it off.
Well, good job, Mom.
Yeah.
Good job. That's a good one. That's better than I thought for this game. So you took this even better than I thought. So awesome. Thank you for playing.
Yes, that was fun.
Yes. Okay, so as we switch gears to why you're here today, which I cannot thank you enough for volunteering your time. These people are not getting paid, y'all. It's just very, very sweet.
I'm just as excited as you are, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So can you please tell us a little bit about what your industry is and then what it is that you do within that industry? Okay.
So I am in the, baking industry. I started Adoughable Cookies, oh Lord, maybe like 7-8 years ago. So I have a full-time home-based bakery where I make custom sugar cookies.
And there wasn't a cookie aside at Riley's party?
Not one. That's how you know.
Mom.
Not one. Yeah. And her friends were looking for them. I was like, oh my God, this is not a reflection of me.
You're like, how did I know that?
I didn't do this. So yes, there was no cookies in sight at her party.
But you make custom cookies.
I do. I make custom sugar cookies. So, you know, like when you see like the cute cookies for Christmas, it'll have like Santa. So of course you can always do like the regular chocolate chip. But it being a rolled sugar cookie, it allows you to decorate with royal icing. So, I mean, anything from like your picture to birthday parties, baby showers, funerals. I mean, there's not an occasion that I haven't made cookies for.
That is so fun.
Yeah, I love it.
So, what led you to this particular field? So, what made you want to be a baker? Did you used to be a chef? Do you love desserts? Like, what brought you to this field?
To be honest, no. Yeah. I am... honestly, I'm a creative. Like, I love all things creative. When I had my daughter, I started a business for stage moms only where I made bows and customized Converse. When I had my son, I started making bow ties. Yeah, so anything creative. And honestly, I had my son. I was going through a divorce. So, you know, that whole process of just, you know, sitting around with the baby, my daughter, it was just a lot for me at the time. So I was looking for another outlet. I was looking for something else that I could, you know, kind of get my mind, fill my time, get my mind off of, you know, just everyday life and how things were going. And I honestly was just scrolling on Instagram. It's something that I've had at parties before. Yeah. And I was like, I bet I could do this. I literally went to Walmart and Hobby Lobby. I bought the supplies. I got on YouTube and I started a business that same day.
YouTube University.
I'm a proud graduate.
But I'll tell you, I feel like some of the best ideas come from when we don't have all those worries and stresses about
sure.
it. Right? Some of our best ideas are where we could truly just be creative.
Yeah.
We're just like, I just want to try this.
Yeah. And honestly, like my first set of cookies, I have a girlfriend who's been along for the whole ride.
Yeah.
And I mean, at least every couple of years, she'll send me a picture. She's like, do you remember what your cookies used to look like?
You're like, I don't need that.
Right. Right. And so honestly, it was just something like you said, it
Yeah.
was just, YouTube University. I got on there. I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And that's how Adoughable Cookies started.
It's funny because I haven't actually told this story yet, but for my business, launching my public speaking business, happened because I went to the Essence Festival this year.
Okay.
And my sister canceled, so she wasn't able to go. So she watched our kids. And we were only planning on just doing it family.
Yeah.
And so my husband's really good friend, his line brother, brought his mom. So my mom had somebody to hang out with. And then my husband had somebody to hang out with. So that left me with nobody to hang out. So in my lonesome, which ended up being very empowering, I'm going to all of these booths and getting chosen for them to like randomly like do my makeup. I don't know if that means I look busted or whatever. I got chosen.
They were like, oh, she's here by herself. Let's give her a friend.
They did my makeup. I got free makeup done. I got free lashes. I got my hair done twice. I kept getting chosen.
Oh, wow. So look, this is the thing. Leave your girls at home. Go to Essence by yourself. You get all the perks.
Yeah. So in that, I was like, oh my gosh, look at all these like content creators and all these people doing all this stuff. And I was like, I want to do this.
Oh, wow.
So it was like in my lonesome, which is not
that
same as what you were saying. But it's
I love that though.
In a situation that you're not normally in.
Yeah, for sure.
All of a sudden made you be the most creative.
And look at you now. That's so exciting. That's a great story.
It's a funny one. But yes. So anyway, it was funny side note that my husband every time he saw me, because we run into each other, he was just like,
so you didn't have on red lipstick this morning. What are you doing?
So anyway, so as we kind of switch gears back to you, but what motivated you, do you think, to really go and be an entrepreneur? Because that's what I hear when I'm listening to you. What motivates you to do that?
So fun fact is I've always been an entrepreneur.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was in college, I started doing hair for my girlfriends. I started doing hair for all the girls at U of H. And I distinctly remember when I graduated college, I had gotten my degree in public relations and minored in English. And I just still didn't know what I wanted to do. My family lives 4 hours away in Fort Worth. I didn't want to move back. And I remember praying and I was like, God, I was like, provide clients, like bring clients so that I can give myself some more time to figure it out. And he did just that. Like, I mean, for the next 10 plus years, I survived and thrived doing hair.
Wow.
Yeah. So then I started my cookie business and they were neck and neck for a while. And then hair kind of got a backseat to cookies. And now I actually still do hair. Oh. Yeah, I still do hair.
Yeah, I know.
But I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. Fun fact, I've never had a 9-to-5. In college, I worked at a daycare.
Wow.
Yeah. And as an adult, I've never had a 9-to-5. So yeah.
You're living the good life.
Yeah.
That's what we're all striving to be. Y'all better take notes. We're trying to get out of our 9-to-5, and you're already doing it. Explain to your hair is beautiful. Did you get your hair yourself?
I did.
What is going on?
I did. And that's so funny that people always say, like, being an entrepreneur, because I tell my sister all the time, it's like, I want coworkers. I want to go to, like, a company Christmas party. And she says the same thing. She's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. I was like, I do. Like, I want to go in the office and, like, pass out coffee in the morning.
Oh, is that what you think it is?
It's not.
Yeah, get off of Instagram. That's not what it's like.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the real world.
Yeah, they forget to turn the coffee machine on. It's making a loud noise.
It's old
coffee. It was funny, actually, the other day. We had a girlfriend over, and she's a sewer, actually. She saw my old coffee maker.
Yeah.
My mom used to live with us. And she said, Charlie, you don't have a Keurig? I said, I do. It's over there. But that's exactly what it's like. You don't have a Keurig? It's that kind of spirit. Like, is this all we're getting from the company?
Well, in my mind, it's, it's like magical. You get off the elevator and everybody's like, hey.
Yeah.
That's
cute.
I'll stay at home.
I'll be your coworker. I can't do like making hair.
Yeah.
But I'll come and I'll sweep and I'll be your assistant.
I can teach you real quick how to roll some cookies and get it together.
Well, and I said hair.
Yeah.
I said I was going to help you with the cookies. Because I'm trying to lose weight, not gain the weight, and eat and making cookies so you go in my tummy.
Yes.
Yeah, not so sure. So when we're thinking about your field, because there's clearly, hair and cookies, how do you stay up to date? Like, how do you stay current?
this is going to sound so like cliche, but honestly, like Instagram, social media is really big for creators, for people, for entrepreneurs. It allows you to see what, I follow on my cookie page. I follow tons of other cookiers. Some who have millions of followers, some who, stuff like that. When it comes to being creative, it doesn't matter. Like sometimes you just haven't like hit your moment yet where you have thousands of followers and you've opened up a bakery and you're doing all that. I mean, it's a lot of great creators out there in the cookie space. So as far as that goes, I definitely like follow a lot of people that I admire. YouTube, Instagram, and honestly, I teach classes, but then I also take classes. So, just teach? To cookie classes. Yeah.
What don't you do? Oh my God.
So I also take classes. There was, she since moved to California, but a girl named Erica, my first class I ever took was with her. And she actually taught me like a lot on how to like make cookies and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. So that makes sense. You're almost doing what you went through. So you're kind of mimicking the process that you went through
for sure.
Then turn around and do that for
sure.
others, which really makes it even more work. So you have coworkers. There you go. It's your coworkers. Well, you teach classes. It's not like your coworkers.
That's like once every couple of months. I want it every day. No, I'm just joking. But that's true. That's true. And one of my line sisters, shout out to Cameron. Her daughter has been my right hand girl for years. Yeah, I want to say Cameron is 14 now, 15. 15. Oh Lord, she's probably at least 12. And Cameron's ever been to 15, probably 16. But literally, like, she could run Adoughable Cookies by herself. Outside of, like, the decorating part, she knows how to roll, she knows how to bake, she knows how to cut them out. Like, she's literally, like, my right-hand girl. So she comes after school and helps me a lot with cookies when I have big orders. She's a teenager, so of course I gotta catch her when it's good. Because sometimes it's like, she calls me TT. TT, there's a game tonight. I'll come tomorrow. Yeah. So, yeah.
So she's one of your little employees.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love when I hear high school work, and they need to work. Does Riley know how to make them too? Okay, we'll move on.
Yeah.
Okay,
she bags cookies.
Okay.
That's the extent of her working.
She's a cookie bagger. Can she do hair?
Honestly, she's pretty good at doing hair.
Okay,
she's pretty good at doing hair. So she's picking up.
Yeah.
And my son is he's a little too rough. I gave him one shot to bag
cookies. All the cookies.
No, 2 of them were on the floor. And I was like, Jackson, I make people extra with that, but I can't afford for every other cookie to hit the floor. So he was hired and fired in the same day.
You didn't fire yourself. Let him take a leave of absence.
No, go on back upstairs and get on the game.
No, that's fair. Honestly.
That's where he wanted to be anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the nice things. You had a girl first.
Oh,
so, yeah. You could put her to work and let the boy just play.
Yeah,
just let him play.
You're good. We'll catch you in a couple of years.
So are there any specific skills that you think would be necessary in your field? Like if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur, somebody wants to do some of the things you do, what are some skills that are vital?
I would say truly tapping into your creative side. I'm a big believer in like God, like placing dreams and like visions, and honestly, like, anything that's put on your heart to do, just do it. Like the worst thing that can happen is there's really no downside. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a vision of wanting to start a cookie business, or you want to go do hair, go to cosmetology school and do hair. At this point in life, I feel like, letting things stop you, letting things prohibit you. So I would say tapping into your creative side, having faith in yourself, confidence is really key. I've learned in both businesses that you don't have to be the best in the business in order to, be successful. I've been on Food Network twice.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's so much that I can learn as far as cookies go. But I was still afforded that opportunity to get to do that 2 times. So that just goes to show you don't have to be some award-winning, cordon bleu chef that went to culinary school. You don't have to do all that. Like a little confidence, creativity can take you a really, really, really long way.
Before I go back to your answer, I want to know about this Food Network. Where were you on the Food Network?
So last Halloween, I did Halloween Cookie Challenge. And then 2 years prior to that, I did the Christmas Cookie Challenge.
So you've actually been on TV.
Yeah.
So what does it feel like to have like all the lights on you? Or is it not as dramatic as is it like what we said about you going to work? Are we hyping it up big on TV?
No, to be honest, it really is like just that complicated. And you would think for like a cookie show, it's like, girl, get in here and make these cookies. No, like The first time I did it, it was like, we had like that little break from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there for 4 or 5 days. Like one day was like COVID testing. The next day was interviews and lighting and, all of the,
Right.
say this, say, oh, wow, oh, no, like all of that little fun stuff. Then, we filmed our full episode in one day. So that was the longest day of my life. So then we did the first round. I made it to the second round. So that extends your day even more. Then if you make it to the second round, you do closing interviews the next day. So it's definitely a lot. And this is just one episode. So I can't imagine a series or a movie or,
Right.
it's.
Did you see your business boom after that?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Congratulations.
I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So have you seen any adversity? Like, has there been any challenges with you being in this field, being an entrepreneur?
I mean, obviously, I think the biggest challenge that most entrepreneurs face with, there's no insurance, there's no paid time off. You have to manage your money really well. I would say those are most of the downsides. When I was in my 20s and I didn't have kids and money was flowing, you could blow it and make it back tomorrow, but now it's like, how that goes with kids. Something's always coming up. My son had fallen and gotten stitches and had to get stitches.
And be the boy.
Oh, it's within 6 months, he had to get stitches twice. So I called one of my good girlfriends who's a doctor, and she's like, take him to a plastic surgeon. And I'm like, oh, that sounds expensive, but it was on his face. So took him to a plastic surgeon, $1,000 later, $800 for the stitches, all that kind of stuff. No insurance.
Yeah.
Well, he has insurance, but that's not, so
Yes.
things like that, it's always something coming up. We're going into February, it's Valentine's Day, it's Black History Month. There's nobody dropping off flour, sugar, butter at my house to fund my business.
Right.
It's, I'm having to manage money that I made in December
Yes.
to afford to do holiday stuff in February. So I would say that that's the downside. And
So you almost learn the art of it. You know? Like you said, okay, now I got this pile of money in December. This is how I need to manage it for February. It's almost like you got the system going. Yeah.
I'm learning.
You're learning the system. Okay.
I'm learning the system. I mean, there's still,
Things come up.
vacation, I'm still a sucker for a good sale at the mall. So, it's like, oh, well, I could probably sell a couple of cookies and pay for this or that.
Yeah.
So, I'm still learning. That's honestly something that I'm actively seeking, more, to educate myself on better. I'm getting older, I'm not going to want to do hair and cookies until I'm 80. So just making sure I'm positioning myself. There's no 401k when you're an entrepreneur. So you have to make sure that you're positioning yourself so that when that time comes that you're like, hey, I don't want to work anymore.
Right.
Or, things are slowing down or your body is slowing down, that you are set and I'm not going to have to go, I don't know, live with Riley and Jackson.
That's okay.
Maybe.
You don't want to live with Riley.
I know.
Because I told you, I'm feeling leadership qualities in Riley. If you don't, I will.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She'll hook me up. But Jackson's a mama's boy. So
he's gonna take care of you.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take care of you.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's funny. His name was Jackson. Mine's Jet.
Yeah, your husband was telling me his name.
Okay.
I love that name.
Yeah.
It's like after you name your kids, now you hear all these cool names, and I'm like, where was this when I was naming mine? Yeah, thank you.
So we're talking about mom life and being an entrepreneur. How do you balance that work life? You know what I mean? Home and work. How do you balance it?
That's another thing I'm learning. No,
I know.
I am. It's always different. I would say like I have a perfect recipe for balancing, home and life. You can't, guess when your kids are going to get sick or, somebody wakes up in a mood and it takes a little bit more time to get them off to school. Then that's one thing for the last couple of years I've really been working on being more intentional, being more disciplined. Because being an entrepreneur, you don't have as much grace. You know what I'm saying? You can lose a client by being late all the time. You can lose a cookie order by not being available when it's time to pick up. That's all this work that you've done, and then you've missed the party, which, all types of things happen. So I would say just learning to be disciplined, learning to manage my time, which is something that I honestly I got it from my mom. I struggle with time management really, really bad. But, you can't when you're an entrepreneur. You have to show up for your clients. I have to, I have to make the cookies. They have to dry a certain amount of time before I can bag them. So it's not something I can do the morning of and still be able to get them out the door. So that's making sure I'm doing them in plenty of time, blah, blah, blah. So.
No, it's true. There's a time management. I was like, that's something that once you become a mom, I feel like time just like gets thrown out the window.
Oh, girl.
You can make all these wonderful plans.
Yeah.
You can look so nice before you leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your son or daughter like throws up.
Oh,
right there
for sure.
on the beautiful blazer. So you're doing that outfit. I mean, it's just like, I'm like, time is not always on our side when we have all of these moving pieces. So you are doing a good job. Even if it's not your strength, you are doing a good job.
I appreciate that. Yeah, especially when it comes to kids.
Yeah,
they can definitely put a wrench in it.
Yeah.
I was getting Riley ready for her party, and she was dressed, lotion, put on your earrings, lip gloss, all that stuff. I did her hair, and now I'm like, okay, give me 5 minutes to do my hair and put on some makeup. And she's, really, mommy? My friend's already there. And I'm like, girl,
I just did all this for you.
The nerve.
Yes.
So it's like, it's always something with those kids.
I love it. So as we kind of come to a close, because I can sit here and talk to y'all.
I know.
I'm serious. We're going to have to reconnect and go grab some tea or something. But if you could do this all over again, so you're looking at your trajectory that got you to where you are today.
Okay.
If you could do it all over again, would you do anything differently?
Ooh, what would I do differently?
If anything at all.
I would. I would say it took me until honestly this point in life to really, step out on faith and want to like open a salon or open a cookie business. Those are a part of my 5-year plan. But I would say, believing in myself a little bit more. Although, business has been great over these last few years, I really sometimes, how sometimes you can just get complacent and things are good enough. You can pay your bills, you can go on vacation, you can buy your kids clothes and shoes, and the same for yourself. But really challenging myself to like next level my businesses. So I would say if I could do them all over again, I would probably, have this attitude 5 years ago. But we're here now.
Yeah,
so.
And it all worked out.
Yeah.
I think that's a new thing for 2024. I think we're all trying to push ourselves
a little harder. Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what 2024 is showing me.
It is,
because
for sure.
Time is already going so fast in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
It's already about to be Valentine's.
Isn't that crazy?
I said, I just had a New Year's party. You know what I mean? I can't keep up, But I think that's 2024's mantra, like, push.
Yep. And those months are going to roll after Valentine's Day. Yeah. It's spring break. And then spring break, before you know it, it's the summer. And then after the summer, we're back to school. And we're just back in that, It's
just moving really, really fast.
Yep.
So our last and final question would be, if somebody wanted to do what you do today, hair, cookies, or entrepreneurship, you take it from whatever angle you want, what advice would you give them? What advice would you give someone who's interested in entering your industry?
I would say take the proper channels to educate yourself on whatever you want to do. So if you wanted to do hair, if you wanted to do cookies, or just being an entrepreneur at all, take the proper channels to educate yourself. Don't just jump in. I know we live in a microwave time where everyone thinks that everything is so fast, and it's like, oh, just yesterday, she was doing this and now she has her own business. No, take the time to educate yourself. Give yourself a little grace. You're not always going to hit big all the time, but I promise you your time is coming. Your winning season is coming. Have faith in yourself. Surround yourself by people who believe in you. Position yourself in places and spaces where you can grow and learn. Don't be that person that feels like you know everything. And honestly, just trust God and you'll be fine.
I love it. Well, that is a perfect way to end Chat with Charli. Tinnell, I can't thank you enough for coming.
This was so fun. I'm so excited.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. And that wraps up another episode of Chat with Charli. Thank you all so much for joining me today as we explore various topics aimed to help you take your career to new heights. I hope you found today's discussion valuable and insightful. Remember, growth comes from continuous learning and taking actionable steps towards your goals. I'd love to hear from you all about today's content, So connect with me on social media at Linen Prep and leave a comment or question to keep this chat going. Be sure to tune in to next week's episode where we'll dive deep into the minds of another industry professional. It's going to be another informative and engaging conversation that you won't want to miss. And if you like Chat with Charli, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your support means the world to me and helps us reach more people ready to level up their expertise. Thank you again for being a part of our career advancement journey. And remember, strive for excellence, not perfection. Keep pushing forward and never stop investing in yourself. Until next time, bye.